Today is a wild one. Very interesting build. Almost 200 systems for just 1 terabyte of space. This thing is beautiful. It has all kinds of systems, all the details done out. This is one out there in the wild for free. Really, really cool build. It's one of those ones where I was going into it like, meh. And then I got to the end and I was like, I was blown away. I was a little blown away by this one. And, you could go through it. We're going to go through all the systems. Then I'll show you, the setup just very briefly and then play just a couple games and my final thoughts. But really, for Batocera, it runs beautifully. So much retro history here. It's ridiculous. Like, get ready to jump down nostalgia and just history lane. It's just phenomenal. Get ready to get schooled. But anyways, let's get into it. Really cool build. Can't express that enough.
All right, so let's get started with all games. 27,786 games. It tells you right down there. Next, favorites. Did he set this up? Does he have his favorites? Okay, this is what he loves to play. Half-Life. And now, does it tell you the system this is for? Yeah, PlayStation 2. Nice. Now, I'm running this on a fairly nice computer. That PlayStation 2 ROMs, you'll need a decent computer with that, with a dedicated graphics card. Nothing crazy, but something here. Oh, these are some really good games. He's got some good taste. The Lost Vikings. Oh, what a good MS. Oh, I thought it was for MS-DOS. They made it for MS-DOS too, but also for Super Nintendo. Commander Keen. Which one? This is got MS-DOS, right? Oh, okay. I was going to say. All right, Half-Life, Lord of Thunder, Medal of Honor, Star Fox, great game. And then we're back at Tekken Tag. So you can always add your own favorites as well, like if there's certain games you want to put in there that you like to play all the time. So light gun games, this is something I saw I really liked about the build was he takes his light gun seriously. So if you need a light gun build, this definitely has some good games on it. A nice little plethora of different stuff. Nothing crazy. Looks like a lot of MAME games. Which one is this for? Okay, so he does have some Sega Model 2, Sega Model 3. Just Sega Model 2 it looks like. Not Sega Model 3. But, pretty cool. Does he have Zombie Raid? You gotta have Zombie Raid. He better have Zombie Raid. Let's go all the way to the bottom here really quick. Oh, Star Wars Trilogy. There's a Sega Model 3 game. Nice. Oh, no, it's Model 2. Okay. I thought it was Model 3. Okay, maybe it's Model 2. All right, The Lost World. Okay, here's Sega Model 3. So yeah, there's some Sega Model 3 games. Nice. All right, and then Virtual Cop 1 and 2, Zombie Raid. Here you go. Fun little game to play. All right, so if you like light guns, look no further. So arcade vertical games, 552. How many light gun games were there, by the way? 127. So vertical games, these are your shoot 'em ups, things like that. Games that would have a big, long screen on them. Kind of funny, though. I wish this theme gave you like a vertical screen for the actual game. But we can go ahead and launch one of these games really quick. Aero Fighter. Okay, I guess because some of these games, they stretch them out. Like, they're not necessarily... So that's kind of weird. Are these really vertical? And I guess as long as your person moves vertically. But, oh... Save State Manager, start new game. Okay, so you load a game, it loads right up. You got these little bezels here on both sides, and yeah, this is a nice little vertical game, right? It's the aspect ratio is definitely different here. And let's see what we got to do. So it's the first time you're playing the arcade game, I might run through this little script here really quick. But then, okay, I'm hitting select on my controller to insert coins, and then start to start the game. We'll do a normal game. We'll select a player, and we should be going for it here. So this game does allow you to just hold down the button, which is kind of nice if you're lazy. You can always do turbo buttons for these type of games too. A turbo button on your controller would allow you to just keep a button pinned down, even if the game wasn't built for it. Some people would call that cheating. But how else are you going to beat these games? But this is so nice about MAME. Arcade games is you can just keep inserting tokens and play as long as you want. What's a bomb in this game? There we go. Boom. Take that. Nuclear strike. Cool. All right. And as you see, there's lots of arcade vertical games. Then you have CPS 1, 2, and 3. Those are going to be like, you know, they're 1944, your Alien vs. Predator, Dark Stalkers, really good game right there. Dungeons and Dragons, Marvel Superheroes, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. There you go. And some others. And you got CPS 1, 2, and 3. So those are all Capcom. So you have Acorn Atom. So there's going to be some systems in here that I don't really mess around with much, like that one, BBC Micro. And so you have 14 games there, 156 games here, another Acorn system 152, and 131 Flash games. It looks, hopefully there's no inappropriate games on here. But based on that, like this theme, the little pictures here, you got to be worried about that. But 11 games there. Amstrad. By the way, if anybody knows any good games to play in these systems, let me know in the comments. I'll check them out. Amstrad CPC, you got 753. Amstrad's GX 4000, you got 24. MP 1000, another system I don't really mess around with much. Yeah, I mean, wow. Old school, a lot of old school computer systems. 327 on the Apple II, 6 games on the Macintosh. What do we got here? Cannon Fodder, that's a good one. Glider, I used to love this game with the paper airplanes. Yeah, it was so fun to play. The other thing I like on Macintosh was just the Oregon Trail, but I wonder if they had the Oregon Trail. Also, they had a lot of like educational games that were actually kind of fun. Anyways, at Macintosh 6, Apple II GS 113. Daphne, you got 11 games here. A lot of people like these, like Dragon's Lair 1 and 2, Space Ace, Don Quixote, Cliffhanger. All right, MAME. So here's your main. Actually, you have two. Your main arcade is going to be Final Burn Nero at 1459. Then your MAME games at 279. So these are going to be kind of your old. Oh, I guess it's a mix. You got some light gun games in here. Wow, they got Avengers Galactic Storm. You don't see that game everywhere. Nice little set here. That is something I noticed about this build is there's some very, wow, BioFreaks is on here too. There's some very obscure games that you don't find everywhere. So, you know, on this channel I do a lot of build, you know, especially recently, been doing a lot of pre-made stuff. And I have to say, like, this is what happens when you have somebody who likes the craft, you know, who's all about it. I can tell. You can hit the bumper buttons here like I'm hitting if you want to go down much longer. It doesn't quite skip an entire letter, but it skips a screen, so you can go through the games faster. But looks like there's 1,500 games there. Atari 2600, 650, 800, 650, 5200, 80, Atari ST 500, 7800, 58, and Atari XE 30. See, like I don't really mess with Atari XE much. Atari Lynx 76, Jaguar, you got 70 games. With Jaguar, you know, yeah. How do you say Jaguar? Do you say Jaguar or Jaguar? Let me know in the comments. All right, Jaguar CD 13, because I know a lot of Americans call it the other one. So, anyways, 15. Oozebox. Some cool little racing games in there. Oh, you only have 15 games. Jaguar CD only had 13. We can see what 13 games are on there since it's so short. Myst. Fun little game. Who beat Myst without using a strategy guide? I want to know. 48 on Astrocade. Sufami Turbo. All right, we're getting into the Nintendos here. 15 games. So not many. Most all Japanese titles, as you see here. Wonder Swan and Wonder Swan Color, about 200 total. Is it the Gamate? Gamate. So portable system it looks like, with a dot matrix LCD. Computers Lynx, you got 27 games. Casio BV 1000, 12 games. Dig Dug, that's a good game. Some classics on there for sure. Cave, you got 20 games. Look at that. These are the games that give you seizures, so you better be careful. Future Pinball. That's cool that he threw this on here. Not a lot of people are throwing pinball on their builds, especially small builds like this that are only 1,000. And so as you see here, how many tables do we have? 411 tables. Dang. That's pretty cool. Duke Nukem Forever. Coleco 140, that's all of them. Atom. You got Donkey Kong for the Atom? Nice. Look at that. Diablo. Okay. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Pet. Wow. Impressive. The Commodore Pet. Look at that. It even gives you like a little, you know, little piece of info on it. 9 games, in case you're curious. This is really smooth, this whole front end. I'm liking it. The VIC-20, you got 809. Huge community behind this thing. Commodore 64, 2100. That's pretty much all of them. Commodore Plus, 334. Man, this guy has through like every single, you know, system in here. So if you're into these, like, you know, this era is what, like 70s, 80s in that time period. Man, you're gonna be in heaven with this thing. Amiga 500, Phone 1500. CD-TV 10, Commodore Amiga 1200, 100, Amiga CD32, 123, Cave Story. It's just one game. It's just this little indie game. It's pretty cool. PDP-1, Program Data Processor 1, the first computer and digital equipment corporation, 1959. Okay, well, they're schooling me. Well, it says 1959 here, but up here it says 1961, so maybe, you know, that's when they mass-produced it. I don't know. And then with the Commodores, let's see what years were those. Let's just check here. There you go, the 80s. I was going to say, I thought it was 80s. Okay, but wow, this thing over here, what do we look at? The PDP-1, 1961. See that thing? 1961, looks like a typewriter. That is a typewriter. What's the typewriter works with the... was it 18-bit word size and has 4,000 words of standard main memory, upgradable to 65,000 words. They probably blew their minds back then with the speed of 5 megahertz. Okay, and you got to put it in the racks, and then the racks are... Wow. Holy... Do you see that? That's a fun little fact. The PDP-1 weighed about 1,600 pounds. And for those of you not in the U.S., 730 kilograms. Crazy. The Dragon 32, 385 games. Mugen, you got 5 games. Let's see what's in the 5 games are in there. All right, Dragon Ball Fighter 2, Hyper Dragon Ball Z, The King of Fighters All-Star, and Climax. IKEMEN, what did it say? 2 games. Famicom Fighters and King of Fighters Go. Arcadia 2001. You've got 73 games. Why does it say, why did they choose 2001? Second generation. So the 2 stands for second generation, maybe. Wonder why they called it 2001. Adventure Vision Arcade. It's a pretty cool looking thing. 1992. And that has 4 games. Arcadia had 73 games. What 4 games are on here? Just so we know. Defender, Space Force, Super Cobra, and Turtles. Okay. Look at that cover art right there. Game Pocket Computer, Super Cassette Vision, Channel... okay, so 4 games, 5 games, 25 games, 30 games, Pico 8. Here you go, this is much more. 2014. Fantasy console. Had color, y'all. Tahini's a game, and it's a cooking ingredient. Alright, so pretty cool. I like the background there, it's kind of cool. Oh, little characters. Okay, you got 1,000 games for this Pico system. Tick 80, you got 10 games. Lowe's NX, you have 613 games. Wow. What is this game called? 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Nice. And look at this. All these obscure games even have box art. A game made with Raspberry Pi. That's wild. WASM 4 from 2014. A lot of these little portables all around that same time. Wow. Fujitsu. Whatever happened to that company? Do they even exist anymore? 1982. I remember I had a Fujitsu laptop back in the 2000s. FM Towns. Look at that. Look at that nice CRT. CRT with the DVD drive on it. That's what I'm talking about. 1993. By the way, the FM7 had 82 games. The FM Towns has 20 games. Super ACAN, 6 games. And then we have the more arcade sets. We have 3 games here. ATV Track, Football, Smashing Drive. GP32, look at this little game park. GP32 handheld. 133 megahertz on this bad boy. 28 games. I mean, looks pretty cool for only 100 megahertz. Game Master, you got 11 games. Video Computer VC4000, 37 games. IQ, 14 games. Look at that controller. That controller looks pretty cool. Cool. Played some Zelda games. Wave Race. N64. They even used the N64. Look at that controller. Wow. It's a handheld TV game version of the Nintendo 64 that was manufactured by IQ. Wow. Its Chinese name literally means Divine Gaming Machine. Look at that. Wild. Scum VM, this is like your Full Throttle, your Day of the Tentacle, all those fun games. Monkey Island is fun. The Jungle Book. You got Dirty Larry, all that fun stuff is going to be in there. Odyssey 2, 51 games, and Television 137, Vectrex 23, MS-DOS 151. I have a feeling he's going to have a good, yeah, there you go. You got Wolfenstein 3D, Spear of Destiny, regular Wolfenstein, Crusades of the Dark Savant, Warcraft 1 and 2, hell yeah. And remember, this you're playing this on a computer, so you could do mouse and keyboard on these, which is great. The Ultimate Doom, Monkey Island, look at that, Need for Speed, I remember playing that. See, The Lost Vikings, I told you all from the beginning of this video, it's also for MS-DOS. Okay. The Incredible Machine 1 and 2, right here, this is where it's at. Play this game if you haven't played it anymore. Hella fun. You get to learn some physics and play around. Dark Forces, this is what was up back in the day. Super scary game too if you were a kid playing this. Anyways, TIE Fighter, a lot of fun. Sim City, the Tycoon games were great. Prince of Persia, Populous, pinball games. You know what they need is they need the Microsoft pinball. That's what's up. Okay. Lemmings, Jazz the Jackrabbit, Heroes of Might and Magic. This is where it all started for me. Okay, this game was the game growing up. Love this game. So many hours played in it. Heretic was great too. Doom-like game. All right, Advanced D&D. Epic Pinball. Was it Epic Pinball? No, that wasn't it. Dune, really fun game too. Dune 2, like Command & Conquer. And then I'm sure there's Command & Conquer on here as well. Yeah, you got Red Alert and Command & Conquer. Ready and Waiting. All right, cool. MSX 437, Laserdisc 20, MSX 283, MSX 2 Plus 71, MSX Turbo 42. What were the years on these systems? 1990, 1988, MSX 2, 1985, and then this one's got to be early 1980, 1983. Laserdisc 20 games. What do we have in Laserdisc? Oh man, look at these. Look at these games. And like I said, this dude has all the artwork and all the... No, this one he doesn't have the... Did they have boxes? They had little CD sleeves, I'm sure. It's like a little screenshot that comes up. But there's videos. All right, Windows games, 5 games. You got Battletoads, the new version, Blazing Chrome, Streets of Rage 4, Streets of Rogue, Slendered, and back to Battletoads. So no, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not on here. But not bad. It's not a bad set. Xbox. Now, I'm surprised you threw Xbox on here. Half-Life 2, Halo, Battlefront 2. Great set of games there. Xbox 360. You know what's funny? We still haven't done Nintendo or Sega yet. Oh my goodness. This video is going to be long. I hope you're in it to win it. Wow, look at that remastered GoldenEye. Worms, great game. Castlevania, back to Red Alert. All right, Sam, Coop, what year was this? 1989. You got 34 games. Screenshots gallery. Oh, so this is just screenshots of different games. It's kind of random. Okay, there's a screenshot gallery. Okay. Triforce. This is going to be Mario Kart GP 1 and 2, Virtual Striker 2002. 3 games. PC 8801. Look at that PC with those floppies, those little diskettes that go in there and you got to like lock them in. 1981. You had 3 games there, 21 games here. Looks like these might... Okay, I was like concerned with the mature levelity of those. PC Engine 285. TurboGrafx 16, 94. PC Engine CD-ROM 2, 113. TurboGrafx CD 46. SuperGrafx 5. PCFX 64. Game & Watch 52. Those are pretty full. All right, here we go. We got Nintendo. Family Computer System 386. Nintendo 7. So all the Nintendos. All the Family Computer Systems. All the Game Boy games. Actually, no. Doesn't have all the Game Boy games. 320 though. And it's probably going to have your Pokemon and your Wario and your... Do we pass P yet? But it should have Pokemon. No Pokemon! Is that in a different... Game Boy 2-player. Pokemon's 2-player, so maybe it's in this one. Yoshi Cookie. Stargate. No Pokemon? It's a missed opportunity. So maybe not all the games. Let's go to... Is it in Super Game Boy? It can't be there. Wario Land 2, there's that. Lost World. Zelda DX, there you go. But this is... There you go. But again, this isn't the... Okay, there you go. Red, blue, yellow. All right, cool. You got them there. All right, so you got them there. Super Famicom, all of them. Super Nintendo, that's all of them, 774. The MSU, these are the audio, better audio tracks, games. Wow, quite a bit of Zelda. I haven't tried these hacks before. Zelda Map 1, Zelda Map 2. Oh, nice. Oh, I guess is that the these are like remastered with you have the Underworld. There's one the Underworld and one's the other regular. I'll check those out later. All right, Chrono Triggers with the added audio. Heck yeah. Contra with the... Listen to this music. Hell yeah. All right. Super Satellaview. We got 67 games. Virtual Boy 23. Nintendo 64, all of them are there. Game Boy Color 381. Game Boy Color 2-player games. So weird that he separates them out like this, but kind of cool too. Makes it easier to get around. So this should have your Pokemons in as well, your Warios, everything else. I mean, these look like full sets to me, like the numbers I'm seeing here. So should have all of them. Yeah, even had Yu-Gi-Oh there, Tony Hawk, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Cool. Nintendo 64 DD 10 games. Nintendo GameCube. So here's where you can't put all the games. So let me put 17 games here. So you're not going to have a lot of... But look at that. Metroid Prime, Mario Kart, F-Zero, Pikmin 2, Resident Evil 4, Mario Sunshine, Zelda Wind Waker. These games alone are like hundreds of dollars worth of games. So it's cool that those are included. Game Boy Advance at 1,000 games, that's all of them. Pokemon Mini 10. Nintendo DS at 760, that's all of them. Wii, there's only 6 games. Remember, Wii, you kind of need those motion controls for some of these games. So these are all games that you can play without motion controls, which is great. WiiWare, 332. So these are those little games that you can buy in the shop. And that's great. I haven't really played around with these much, but I bet they're fun as heck. So you got 332 WiiWare games to go through. Nintendo 3DS. So again, these games are huge, so there's not going to be a lot. But you got Pokemon Moon and Sun, and Super Mario 3D Lands, Zelda, Fire Emblem Awakening, Yoshi's Mansion 2. Wii U, only 4 games, again, because of probably the size. Star Fox, Super Mario 3D Worlds, Mario Kart, and Rayman Legends, and Star Fox. Nintendo Switch. Wow, he threw these in here, huh? Wow, Luigi's Mansion 3, Metroid Dread, Rocky and Rocky, Pokemon, Mario Odyssey. Oh, you got Shredder's Revenge right here. You don't need the PC Windows version because he's got it here. Earlier we were looking at the... And then you got... Wow, he even threw in the new Zelda and Breath of the Wild. Wow. This 1 terabyte build has a lot of stuff on it. Wow. Pretty wild. Now I'm just thinking about, too, you could technically boot this off of a Steam Deck or a, you know, if you go into the boot options, you can change the boot order. You could boot it onto your portable as well. Real, you got 15 games. Alec, you have 12 games and 8 games on the Nintendo Switch. Philips P2000T, 13 games. Video Pack G7 125 games. Philips CD, you got 81 games. And then now we're in, oh wow, it has Diablo and Diablo Hellfire. Cool. It even has all your Duke Nukem games. Okay, so now we're getting in. Oh, it's Lutro 9 games. Now we're getting into. Oh, it even has ports. Okay, there's some things you could do there. And then now we're getting into like the collections. Oh, and we're not actually. We actually have Drake Changes is on here. Half-Life is on here. Quake. So these are just all. These are just single games. They're not even collections. Prince of Persia. I'm mistaken. Beats of Rage, 93 games. Bomberman, the Bomberman game on itself. Wow. This is just massive. Okay, Abuse. You got the single game here. Quake 2, single game. Zelda Classic, single game. Super Mario War. That was a little port game. Wolfenstein. You got some additional Wolfenstein games. Remember, there's a bunch already in there. Iron Fury. Pi game. There's 2 here. It's a Python games. Sonic Retro, 3 games. Atomus Wave, we're back into more arcade games now. 25 Atomus Wave games here. All right, now we're on SG 3025, SG 1044, Master System 344, Mega Drive, all the games. Sega Nomad, not many people throw this little portable up there. 44 games. Game Gear 332, Mega CD 12. M2 is a Sega Model 2, 32 games. Pico, nobody throws those on anything anymore, 21. Sega Saturn, 17 games. You probably want to know what 17 are on here. Neo Geo Pocket, you got 9. Neo Geo Pocket Color, you got 40. Solaris, these Zelda games, you got 10 more. PlayStation, only 35. Okay, so, you know, you gotta make your decisions, which I'm not mad about this. There's a lot of, like, PlayStation-only builds out there, and just go get that if that's what you want to play. You want to play PlayStation, go get a PlayStation-only build, because these games do take up a lot of space. But, wow, I'm very impressed. PS2, 18 games. Contra, Crash, Half-Life, Metal Gear Solid 3, Silent Hill 2, you got Street Fighter on there, nice, Dragon Ball Z. PSP, you got 12 games, Final Fantasy 7. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this build. Like, you have, you know, good RPGs, you got all kinds of stuff, Daxter, God of War, Grand Theft Auto. PSP Minis, pretty much all of them. PlayStation 3, you even threw this on there as well. You got the Arcade, Badland, Game of the Year. Okay, so they're not very, yeah, Street Fighter HD Remix, nice. So they're not that big. PS Vita, you even got 11 games on there. Look at that. I think people are going to like that. Street Fighter vs. Tekken. Nice. All right, Spectra Video, 110 games. Tandy, 50 games. Zoric, 129. Pegasus, 3. Texas Instruments, 29. Thompson, 53. Game Tiger, 20. Tommy, 9. Othello, 8. Creative Vision, 17. Laser Color Computer, 117. Socrates, 8. V-Smile, 9. Supervision, 63. Megaduck. The Megaduck, when did this come out? 1993. 23. Action Max, 5 games. That's a cool looking system. Even had a little light gun on it. So now we're at all your 2-player games, all your 4-player games. So you can just go here really quick if you just want to find a 2-player game or a 4-player game, and all games. That is a lot of games. 28,000 games. All right, so as far as where's the build is hosted on backups.me. There's a video on how to get an invite to backups.me. I'll post a link to all that. I'll also post a link to the original creator, Retro Game Savior here. Really, really cool build. I'm liking it a lot, but that should get you where you need to go. I use Win30. Once you get the file, it is a torrent. You get the torrent. It's already unRAR'd. You don't need to uncompress it. You do need like a Win32 disk imager download tool, or Rufus or Etcher here. You can see people also search for there. All you do is you hit the folder here. You click on the .img file that you downloaded. Over here in devices, you're going to select a freshly formatted either thumb drive or SSD, something USB connected, and make sure it's at least 1 terabyte. I put it on a 2 terabyte drive just because I had one laying around. You put it on the drive there, and then on the bottom here, there's the word that says write. You're going to write it. It's going to take about 3 hours at least. Mine took about 4. Hit F9 on my keyboard, pulls up your boot menu. I've got a this little 2 terabyte SSD USB 3.0 drive. I flashed it to the drive. Now we're going to boot off the drive here. You should be able to click and hit enter on my keyboard, and there you go, booting Batocera Linux. And this thing will boot, even though, you know, my main hard drive on this computer is still going to be Windows 11. It's just booting it. There you go, RGS. Let me go ahead and set up my camera here. It's going to boot right up. All right. And then I just have a little Xbox 360 controller, USB plugged in. You can hit start on your controller, and there's all kinds of settings here, like as far as, you know, setting up Bluetooth controllers, player 1 controls, things like that are all really easy to do from here. You can also change themes and turn on sound, whatever sounds like 15 music volume. Let's turn off the music. Oh, it's already off. That's good. Okay, the music we're listening now is to the system. A little longer. We'll start with Street Fighter 2. Turbo HD Remix, and it takes a minute to load up. You got to compile all these shaders and things. This is where this powerful computer that I'm on is going to run this just fine. It has a dedicated graphics card in it, but you know, if you're running something slower, it might not run these games. But as we're watching with this build, there's not that many games that require, you know, it's Nintendo Switch, GameCube, PS3, some PS2. That's going to be really taxing. Need a graphics card. This other stuff will run it. All the other, like the 20,000, the 25,000 other games will run on, you know, an i5 processor, you know, from 5 years ago, just fine. Pretty cool, right? M. Bison.
Round 1, fight!
I don't know any of his moves, so. Woo! Just KO'd him like that, no problem. Alright, and then I exit the game. Reloads Batocera. And then let's play something a little easier. We already did an arcade game. Let's do Dreamcast. I do that all the time. Soul Calibur. No, we already do that all the time too. Let's do a non-fighting game. Quake 3. Start the game. You get a little bit of a startup screen here. You should get the Dreamcast logo. So my closing comments are incredibly awesome build. I think at the 1 terabyte, I don't know how the heck he would make it even better unless he made it into a 1.5 or 2 terabyte build. And the 1 terabyte, you know, the 1 terabyte makes sense because micro SD cards Although we just got the 1.5 terabyte card, you know, it still makes sense. Most people want to burn it to a 1 terabyte card and put it in some other device. And so here we are, we're in Quake now. I'm controlling it with my Xbox 360 controller. I can do single player. And just so you know, I'm really bad with this controller. I'm decent with a keyboard and a mouse. Alright, so how do you move? Okay. I'm probably gonna die. Where is this guy? Crashes in the arena now? Look at that, I can't even... Oh, I got him. Oh, get out of my way. I'm gonna chase you down, bro. Oh, look at that. 5 game. 3 ninjas kick back. You know, if you want to play Super Nintendo, you want to play Sega Genesis, all this stuff is working. Before I recorded this video, I played all the systems, like not all the systems, but you know, a collection of Nintendo, Sega, the arcade games, different arcade sets, some of the computer-based systems. Played an MS-DOS game, played a Scum VM game. Haven't messed around with the light gun games yet, but you know, a lot of that you might need to do some, depending on what gun you're using, you might need to alter it. But other than that, it's pretty, I'm just gonna get hit by everything here. Boom, and then you're dead. And if we wanted to play some bowling, there you go, nice little Game Boy Color. Amazing build, really great. Some people might want more than this, but if you want like, as you saw, like everything from 1950 whatever, was it 59 or early 60s, all the way up to current. They have the new Zelda and the new, what they have? They have the new Zelda, yeah, the new Zelda, the Tears. So pretty impressive, right? Now, it's not all of them, but hey, what do you gotta do? You gotta hold it. And then what do you got? Oh. Oh. What did I get? Oh, okay. I don't know how to do this. Here we go. So you want to go in the green, but before it... Oh, I missed it by 2. So it has all that stuff. And it's a nice little mix of everything. And if you have it on a nice little running computer, you know, it runs really well. Everything from Yoshi's Story to Mario Kart to Contra, it's got it all. So with that, that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.